Oh, how's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man. As you can see, I am back in Australia for this video. In fact, I am back in the very room that I started this YouTube channel on. Let's just say I have returned to my roots, which couldn't be more of a fitting location, especially for today's video topic. Now, if you're not familiar with my channel, or me for that matter, first of all, subscribe. But second of all, a question that I get asked very often, especially when people look at my face for the first time, is, what's your nationality? I don't know if it's because of my skin tone or the fact that I am a mixture of all sorts of different things, but a lot of people have a really difficult time pinpointing exactly what my nationality is based on looks alone. And trust me, I've had every option thrown at me under the sun. I've had Indian, I've had Middle Eastern, I've had Mexican. Mind you, all three of those, none of that is me, by the way. But to give you some spoilers, I am half Japanese, a quarter Hungarian, quarter German, born Australian. But I just say I'm Australian Japanese to make things easier. Or am I? Vsauce music. That's right, because of my rather convoluted nationality and background, and the fact that I used to have some real serious identity issues concerning my nationality and background from a young age, which I did a video on that you can check out up there on the cards, I figured I would do something that I probably should have done a very long time ago. Take a DNA test. So that's exactly what we are going to do today. I'm going to be taking two different DNA tests right here. We have 23andMe, which is going to be a good way to see what exactly my nationality is. And then we also have Ancestry DNA. This one is more so figuring out who exactly is part of my extended family, which, by the way, I have no idea about. So you might be wondering,
Joey, why are you doing these in Australia? Why couldn't you have done it once you got back to Japan?
Well, I would have if they shipped these to Japan. Yeah, weirdly enough, both 23andMe and Ancestry.com, they don't ship these testing kits to Japan. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Japan has their own DNA testing thing that they like to take care of. But regardless, I had to ship these to my parents' place right here and wait for me to come back home after 3 years of pandemic lockdown for me to be able to finally figure out what my DNA is constituted with. So yeah, I've never done this before. Really curious. So let's just try it out. But before we move on to the video, I'd like to talk to you about the sponsor for today's video, Boxu. Boxu is the monthly subscription service snack box that delivers premium, authentic Japanese snacks straight to your door. Boxu works with family businesses all over Japan to send you a new theme of goodies every single month. And with it being the month of November, Boxu has gone back to the basics with the Seasons of Japan Boxu. This is actually the first Boxu that every Boxu customer receives, and the subsequent months following that will be following the different themes for every single month. Mind you, some of these are snacks that I believe even some Japanese people have never seen. For example, we have some uni agesen, some sea urchin rice crackers. I mean, I've never even seen these before, and these cute little things right here. Ooh, it smells like uni as well. These are actually delicious. I love sea urchin, as you guys know. These are absolutely bomb. And if you're not that much of a snack type, then don't worry. Most Boxus, especially this month's Boxu, will have some kind of tea pairing as well, like this green tea pairing that you can have with all of the snacks in this box. Boxu makes a really great gift in your life for your foodie friends, travel lover friends, even your anime lover friends as well. And if you give a Boxu as a present, not only will you be doing Boxu a solid, but you'll be giving me a solid as well by supporting this channel, and you'll be giving a fantastic gift. Everybody wins. So if you'd like to check out Boxu for yourself, then make sure to click the link down in the description below, and make sure to use my coupon code AnimeMan15 to get $15 off your order. Thank you to Boxu for sponsoring this video. Onto the show. I guess we'll start off with 23andMe. Immediately you open the box and it just says, "Hi." Well, this looks extremely ominous. I assume this is the saliva collection kit. Okay, so to start off with, I have to download the 23andMe app and use it to register my kit, because of course every fucking company today needs a compatible app with it. It says here on step 2, no food or drink for 30 minutes. Don't eat, drink, chew gum, brush teeth, or smoke for 30 minutes before giving your saliva sample. In the meantime, while I was waiting for the 30 minutes, I went onto the 23andMe website and I filled in like a survey to give them as much information about my background as possible. Yes, they definitely are able to blackmail me now in case I come out to be some kind of like fucked up deficiency health-wise. But hey, at this point, the government has all of my information, so who cares? But it's been 30 minutes now. I think I am ready to give them the goods. Okay, so I have to put it in this bag when we're done with it. I'm not a massive fan of the fact that it has like a fucking biohazard sign at the bottom there. Like I'm gonna have some radioactive saliva or something. All right, and here is the vial right here. Oh my lord. So I have to fill up the saliva up until where it says fill up to that black line right there. Okay, I gotta think of things that make me salivate. Lemons, limes, thigh highs. Oh, yep, here it comes. Here we go. Ready? Need a lot more than that. There you go. That's disgusting. Sorry about that. I recommend you don't watch this video while eating, but there's my DNA. Step 4, closed funnel lid. Holding the tube upright, close the funnel lid as shown by firmly pushing on the lid until you hear a click. The liquid in the lid will be released into the tube to mix with the saliva. Make sure the lid is closed tightly. Oh, okay, so you can actually see there's a bit of liquid in the lid there. Oh, there it goes. Wow, look at that. That filled up all the way now. So that's mixing in with the saliva. Continuing to hold the tube upright, unscrew the funnel from the tube and discard. Use the cap to seal the tube. Shake the tube for 5 seconds. All right, got a lid right here. Screw it on. Shake it for 5 seconds. Nothing's leaking. All good. All right, time to seal it in the bag now. Boop. Nice. And there you go. There's my 23andMe DNA. So now all I have to do is put it back in this box here, ship it off, and then what is it, like 3 to 4 weeks, I think? I'll receive an email with all of my DNA information. Now this is ready to go. Sometimes these like DNA testing kits can get a little bit faulty. So just as a backup, I'm also going to do Ancestry.com to see if we actually get the exact same results or not, or at least close enough to the results that we get on one of them. Okay, so this one's kind of the same thing. We activate the kit, collect the saliva, mail the sample, and then we get it through email. Wow, Ancestry.com is not fucking around with this like radioactive sign. It's like, do not touch this shit. From the looks of it, this seems exactly the same as 23andMe, so cue the fast forward mood on. I've given my DNA to Ancestry.com and 23andMe. Now, we just have to ship these off and wait anywhere between 1 to 2 months, I guess, or however long it's going to take, and then we'll see just who exactly and what exactly your boy is. Let's go. It's been way too goddamn long since I started this video. Just to put into perspective of how long it has been that I've been waiting for these results, in the time that my DNA was being processed, I not only flew back to Japan, but then I also attended my friend's wedding in Northern Ireland, and then I went on an entire American tour with Trash Taste, and now I am back in Japan again. But alas, it is finally time, ladies and gentlemen. My DNA results for both 23andMe and Ancestry.com are finally in, so we can finally see and find the answer to who the hell I am. So let's start off with 23andMe, and we have our ancestry composition right here. It seems from right here you can see that I am 51% East Asian, specifically 51% Japanese, which means, ladies and gentlemen, my DNA has told me that I am officially more Japanese than I am white. The rest of me, it seems, is 41% European, which is also great because my father is in fact European. I'm 20% Eastern European, 16% Northwestern European. Specifically, 16% of me is French and German, which actually makes sense because my grandfather is German. 0.01% of me is broadly Northwestern European. What the fuck does that mean? Northwestern Europeans are represented by people from as far west as Ireland, as far north as Norway, as far east as Finland, and as far south as France. So, as you can see right here. Oh, I might even be a little bit Icelandic even. That'd be pretty sick. Apparently, 1% of me is fucking Italian. Mamma mia. That's pretty cool, actually. And 2.9% of me is broadly European. So I guess I'm just kind of like stuck in Europe, I guess. But see, this is information that I already knew, right? Like my mother is fully Japanese and my father is Hungarian German, right? Which makes sense that I would get these results like this. But what's also interesting is that 6.8%, roughly 7% of me is Western Asian and North African, which actually also makes a tiny bit of sense because I believe my grandmother's side or my grandfather's side is Serbian or is from Serbia. More specifically here, it says that I am 6.8% Anatolian. I don't even know what the fuck Anatolia is. But I guess it combines parts of like Cyprus, Turkey, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan around here. So yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of makes
sense from my looks. I get a lot of people actually mistaking me for being Middle Eastern looking. So, hey, there you go. That's probably where the feeling comes from. We also have about 0.2% of me that is trace ancestry. We detected traces of the following populations in your DNA. I'm Central Asian. Ooh, okay. So a tiny bit of me is also Central Asian, which is interesting because I thought for sure that, you know, when I saw the Central Asian part, I thought maybe it has to do with the whole like Genghis Khan thing, how like supposedly like Genghis Khan went around Mongolia or the Mongolian Empire and fucked so much that supposedly everyone is at least like a tiny little bit kind of related to Genghis Khan, but I guess Mongolia isn't included on this list, so there you go. It seems that almost 1% of me is unassigned. There is a wide range of human diversity in the world, and sometimes our algorithm is unable to match a region of your DNA to a specific population with confidence, which totally makes sense in my opinion. Am I surprised with these results? No, not necessarily. I mean, again, it's kind of cool to know that more than half of me is Japanese. So, hey, that Japanese bloodline is kicking in strong. So it says here, your ancestry timeline. How many generations ago was your most recent ancestor for each population? Well, it makes sense that we start from the 60s, which is, you know, when my parents were born. You most likely had a parent or grandparent who was 100% Japanese. This person was likely born between 1930 and 1960. Yes, my mother's side. You most likely had a parent or grandparent or great-grandparent who was 100% French and German. This person was likely born between 1900 and 1960, which is probably talking about my grandfather, who was indeed fully German. So to explain very quickly, for people who don't know my backstory, my name is Joseph, but I am actually Joseph the 6th in my family, in the Bissinger side of the family, which means I have 6 full generations of Josephs that exist in my family, and I guess that goes all the way back to here, Anatolian. So I guess my first Joseph in the family was Anatolian, and then they became Eastern Europeans, which again makes sense, and then they became French and German, and then the Japanese popped in and was like, yo, I'ma spoil this bloodline real quick. But apparently, before the JoJo family was begun, your boy was Italian. That completely makes sense, considering pizza and pasta are my favorite fucking foods on the planet. So, mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball. All right, let's see. Traits. Explore the genetics behind your appearance and senses. I have 21 physical features, 5 taste and smell features, that's weird, and 11 weird and wonderful. Let's see, back hair. Joseph, your genetics predict 67% chance you have little or no back hair, 33% chance you have at least some back hair. Yeah, I don't have back hair like up on my shoulders and stuff like that, but I do have this like weird tuft near the bottom of my back, which I don't know where that comes from because no one in my family has that shit. So I guess I'm the 33%. Concerning bald spots though, I have an 84% chance I do not have a bald spot, and you are goddamn correct. As you can see, your boy has a lovely tuft of hair, so thank God I do not indeed have a bald spot. And if you ask me, I would like to keep it that way for as long as I can. I have a 61% chance that I do not have dimples, which is true. I don't have dimples. I've got some pretty nice skin, if you ask me. I don't have a cleft chin. I have 56% chance you have had dandruff, which is actually true. When I was little, I used to have absolutely horrible dandruff. It was really bad. Luckily, it's a little bit better now just because I'm taking better care of my hair, but hey, you know, that's just how it is. 77% chance you have detached earlobes. Yes, which I do. Now they are both fully pierced. Okay, here's where things start to get really scary. Early hair loss. See, because my grandparents, especially on my mum's side, my granddad went bald at the age of 26. For the longest time, it was a kind of a scare tactic in my family to be like, hey, you know, you kind of take after your grandfather a little bit. That motherfucker went bald at the age of like 25, 26. So you better watch out, Joey. LOL.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that shit scarred me for life when I was like in my teens. I was like, I'm about to go bald. I can't fucking believe this shit.
Not that there's anything wrong with people who go bald at a younger age. Shout out to those people, by the way. You're a brave soul. But according to my 23andMe, I have an 81% chance that I will not experience hair loss or thinning before the age of 40. Thank God. You know what? I will fucking take that. 4 out of 5 chance that I won't be thinning by the age of 40 and I'll still have some nice hair on my head. I'll take that shit, dog. I also have an 81% chance that I have dry and flaky earwax. which I do, but how the fuck do they know that? In terms of eye color, I have a 75% chance of dark brown eyes, which I absolutely do. And yeah, the rest of it is like 1% or less. So, hey, it makes sense. I've got some deep brown eyes. Okay, this one's a little bit weird. Finger length ratio. I have a 71% chance that your ring finger is longer than your index finger. Yeah. I mean, this is my index finger, and this is my ring finger, and my ring finger is definitely longer than my index finger. That's really weird. I never actually noticed that until now. I have a 76% chance that a few, if any, freckles, which is also true. I have a 59% chance that I do not experience hair photo bleaching, which I assume is just like kind of, you know, when your hair gets lighter in the sun and darker when in the shade. I didn't even know that was a thing, but hey, you know what? There's something I don't have to concern myself with. In terms of hair texture, I have a 42% chance of slightly wavy hair and 39% chance of straight hair, 13% chance of wavy hair. Definitely, when I comb my hair short, you can see that my hair just naturally becomes quite straight, and then when it grows out, obviously, that's when the waves start to kick in. So again, this seems pretty accurate so far. I'm glad that this isn't like this 23andMe shit is actually working. I had a 52% chance that you had little or no hair at birth. I wouldn't know. I don't remember. Yo, this is crazy. I have a 99% chance that I do not have red hair, but a 1% chance that I do. Where is that 1%? I'll never tell. 35% chance of light beige skin, 30% chance of light brown skin, which kind of makes sense. My parents also kind of have this kind of skin. It's also just, you know, the Australian sun burning me alive at my youth. 61% chance that I have a longer big toe. Yeah, that's pretty goddamn long. I don't want to hear any, oh, show your feet comments, alright? I'm not doing that shit for free. OnlyFans? 55% chance that I have a little bit of a unibrow. I don't know, that seems pretty, separated, so that is a false claim. And 64% chance that I do not have a widow's peak. 36% chance I do have a widow's peak. I mean, I don't have a widow's peak at the moment, but I think over time I probably will develop a widow's peak because my father has a widow's peak. So yeah, that's just something I guess I can look forward to. All right, let's check out this taste and smell. Asparagus odor detection. Likely can smell. What? Joseph, your genetics make you likely to be able to smell the asparagus odor in your urine. I mean, yeah, I definitely can. And I thought everyone could, but okay. I didn't know that was something a further evolved human being could only smell. I can likely taste a bitter taste. Yes, I thought that was also normal. Cilantro taste aversion. Slightly higher odds of disliking cilantro, which is true. I do not like cilantro or coriander for those of you who are not American. But I'm glad to know that apparently disliking cilantro / coriander is something that is just ingrained into my DNA. So I'm sorry to all of you who are trying to force feed me cilantro. I reject it on a genetic level. Ice cream flavor preference. Okay. Based on your genetics and other factors, you have about equal chances of preferring vanilla or chocolate ice cream, which is actually kind of true. Although, you know, I do prefer vanilla most of the time, I won't say no to some chocolate ice cream, dude. That shit's bomb. Joseph, the combination of your genetics and other factors makes you likely to prefer salty or savory snacks. Hell yeah, dog. I absolutely do. And I'm glad to know that I am in the majority on this. Okay, let's check out weird and wonderful. What's happening here? Ability to match musical pitch. About a 50-50 chance of being able to match a musical pitch. If you hear a musical note, can you sing it back? While matching pitch comes naturally for some, it's almost impossible for others. Genetically, sure, it makes sense that I'm able to do it, but I think I'm able to do it more because I've just been musically trained to be able to do that. So yeah, I guess though, even without training, I had a 50-50 chance of being able to do it anyway. So that's good, that it's ingrained into my DNA. Based on your genetics and other factors, you are less likely than average to have had a bunion, which is, I guess, just some kind of like foot thing. Yeah, my feet look pretty normal. I don't know how severe bunions can get, but hey, you know what? That's totally fine. Oh, this one is interesting. Based on your genetics and other factors, you are less likely than average to be afraid of heights, which is interesting because I always thought that I would have a fear of heights, or at least I thought I had a fear of heights, but you know, maybe it's just like a mental thing, I guess, but I guess genetically, I am pretty okay with heights. I am less likely to have a fear of public speaking. I hated public speaking when I was growing up, but I guess now, you know, it's kind of a mind over matter thing. I mean, I just literally finished a US tour where we performed in front of thousands of people every single night. So yeah, I guess that was just all in my head. I'm more likely to have thick hair strands, which I do. A lot of people compliment me on my thick with 3 C's hair. And okay, I'm so glad this is included in this thing. I have slightly higher than average odds of hating the sound of others chewing. I fucking hate the sound of people chewing. I didn't know it was a genetic thing. I thought that was just like a conditioned thing of just like growing up hearing people chewing their fucking ears out. But yes, I absolutely hate it. It's one of my pet peeves. If you chew with your mouth open, I fucking hate it. People who watch those like ASMR mukbangs with just like fucking chewing sounds right inside their ear canals just creeps me the fuck out. Again, nothing against people who are into that kind of shit. Obviously, I'm just not genetically capable of handling it. And apparently I'm likely to get about the same number of mosquito bites as others. With how often I was getting bitten by mosquitoes at a young age, I thought for sure I was gonna die from like malaria or something accidentally. And this one is interesting. People with your genetics in their 20s wake up on average around 8:53 a.m. on their days off, which I thought for sure was way earlier than what I'm usually used to. Apparently on the scale of morning person to night person, I am in the middle. Maybe I should check next time. Like when I just like naturally wake up without an alarm clock, I'm gonna see what the time is. And if it's around like 8:53 a.m., that's gonna be interesting. 23andMe seems like it is pretty goddamn accurate. And I'm glad to know, you know, where I come from. But I guess now I wanna get more into the nitty-gritty details of not where I come from, but who I come from. So we're on Ancestry.com. We're gonna figure out who my, I guess, ancestors are. So here we go. Here are all of my DNA matches. And I'm glad to know that my father and my mother are in fact my real father and mother. It would have been some real awkward, like, you are not the father moment if someone other than my dad and my mom were to appear on here. So that's good. I have exactly a 50% shared DNA with my mom and dad. Yay. Good job, mom and dad. I definitely came from you. I also have an extended family here. Maria Kokai Sapa? I have never heard of this person before, but apparently they are my second to third cousin. We have a 2% shared DNA. They are Eastern European and Russian. I am apparently very loosely related to someone from Eastern Europe and Russia. And all these 4th and 6th cousins coming out here, I don't know any of these people at all. Roxanne Sexower. I'm loosely related to someone with the surname Sexower.
Fuck yeah.
Apparently, there is one person in Canada, Madison Olgard, who is a distant family member of mine. That's nice. Wow, I have a bunch of like distant relatives all across the United States. One dude living in California here. Oh, it's Roxanne Sexor. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I got Mr. Kurt Genmail, who is a family member from Michigan. Holy shit, look at that mustache, dude. Whew. Kurt, I'm gonna be able to grow one of those one of these days because I am loosely related to you. I got a bunch of family members living in Chicago, one in Wisconsin, one in New York here. Annie Drapek, hey man, looking clean. And I have a few family members living in New Jersey. And then I think I also saw a bunch of people from Australia, right? We got George Topolsany, who is a distant relative of mine. And then both my parents right there living in Australia, in Sydney, which is where I'm from. It seems like Ancestry.com is kind of on the same boat as 23andMe as well, with exactly half of me being from Japan, which is good to know. 27% of me is Germanic European, which makes sense. That is probably my grandfather. And then the Eastern European and Russian side, especially Slovakia and Hungary, is my grandmother's side. And 4% of me is Swedish and Danish, which is pretty goddamn cool. So exactly a quarter of my family is from the Slovakia-Hungary area, which again, totally makes sense. So it seems like during World War I, a bunch of my family got the fuck out of Hungary and Czechoslovakia at the time and was just like, peace out, we're going to the US. And I guess my grandparents were the few that were like, we're not going to the US, guns are scary, let's go to Australia instead. On my mom's side, everyone has just kind of been chilling in Japan for the most part. So that's pretty dope. So yeah, good to know that I have waited for like 3 or 4 months or however long this video has been taken to make to find out pretty much what I already knew. But it is kind of comforting, I guess, to realize or be confirmed of the suspicions of who I am exactly. But it's also very, very cool just to see some like other little tidbits, I guess, about me that were just, you know, proven by my DNA. So yeah, very cool. I am exactly half Japanese, quarter Hungarian, quarter German, with, I guess, a little bit of Middle Eastern and Nordic thrown in as well.
I'm an absolute fucking mess.
There you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. And hey, if you've done a 23andMe or an Ancestry.com, what are some like interesting little bits of information about you? In saying this, I'm not sponsored by 23andMe or Ancestry.com in the slightest. I just wanted to know who the fuck I am and where the fuck I came from. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Like a favorite if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Ciao ne!